What's up, guys, and welcome back to another replay cast. So today we have game 2 of the Sino-Korean Grand Final Carnival between Bisu and Flash. So if you missed game 1, it was yesterday. So check it out if you want to see them in sequence to understand the story of this beautiful series that was played back in 2016 between two of the game's all-time greatest players. One of the reasons why I've chosen to do some of these old series is I'm really hoping that Flash runs into a couple of the OGs in his ASL 21 journey. So I'm doing this as a tribute to the great player, especially considering that ASL may be his last serious offline tournament that he plays. So we are enjoying the story and some of the history of Broodwar, and it's also just great to put the games in context because of the pressure that you can imagine that they are playing under, right? So there's all eyes on the players that are playing. First game was on Fighting Spirit, and Bisu chose to play Arbiters, and Flash just went very standard. He opened Factory, didn't really do anything too unusual. So it'll be interesting to see what adjustments. The other thing I think is worth mentioning is that Bisu did a DT drop in game 1, and that was pretty effective. He got a decent amount of damage, but we'll have to see now what style he goes with in game 2. 2016, the Reaver style in PvT was not the norm as it is today. So I'm going to be very curious to see what, if any, adjustments or changes in the build we get from Bisu in game 2. So got our normal scouting pattern. We're on Neo Jade 2.0 for this game, so some of the older maps obviously that you'll be seeing. And yeah, man, let's see what we get. If you've enjoyed the series so far, I very much pride myself on being a variety Broodwar caster, trying to just do different stuff that people will really enjoy, trying to bring some history and legacy to this great game. I just dig Broodwar, man. It's just a really awesome game. So most of these games I've actually never watched, and if I have watched them, I've watched like 1 out of the 5 or 2 out of the 5 in isolation at separate points in time. But to bring them as one concise story is what I'm wanting to do. So if you enjoy that, please do hit the like button on the video. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. By the time you're watching this, we'll be very close to our goal, sub goals for the year already, which is amazing. So we've had amazing support from everybody, and I'm very, very grateful. First adjustment from Bisu, by the way, in game 2 is we are going with a pressuring zealot, and our pressuring zealot is going the wrong way. Sad, but true. And we are opening Factory. Did we skip Vulture? Oh my god, we did. That's crazy. You hardly ever see that, where we just go straight machine shop, but it looks like we're going to do a couple of Marines and a tank. I can't think of any reason why Flash would make a machine shop before expanding, unless you want to make a tank or 2. So this is very, very interesting. Like, you don't see this very often at all. Our Zealot is arriving along with our Dragoon, and we seem to want to be applying some pressure, and we only have 4 Marines here, so Flash could feel this a little bit. It's going to be some micro testing for sure. He has a tank on the way though. Once the tank shows up, life is going to be quite peachy. So BC deciding not to try and take too much more damage here. Where is our tank? He's made non-stop Marines as well, so he's going to be up to 6 Marines and a tank. And Bisu's just sort of nonchalantly expanding here. Flash has got his SCV in the base, can see exactly what's happening at all times. Oh, second goon has arrived. This fight, in terms of the math, really just will come down to micro. Bisu deciding to kite and fight. Hehe, let's go. Dragoon chasing his scouting SCV away. And I think that's going to be that in terms of the initial push. Robo on the way from Bisu. So 2-gate Robo. It's not DTs this time. I just have a feeling he's going to go with a different build. Laying his first couple of mines. Worker transfer. So normalizing now. But still a push on the horizon from Flash. Was probably always the most aggressive Terran player. Especially against Protoss. That there was. I think that's one of his main points of difference. If you want to use that somewhat generic term. So the Dragoon is going to spot this, and he better move. Move! Oh, pops the mine like it's nothing. Laying a few mines here just to try and delay any potential expansions. He's got the shuttle up already. Oh, he's going to get a vulture in his main. Vulture lays a mine, kills a probe. And he's going to want to try and kill another probe, I think. Oh dear. Don't know how many got killed there on the drag. Oh, that was just so painful. You just don't want flash vultures in your house. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. And again, this is the second game in a row where he's got such a quick third. I mean, how he got away with these turbo aggressive as well as economically greedy builds was just unreal, man. Like, you just would not see this from anybody else. So we are going Reaver. Okay, so... And we're also getting +1. Why? We're getting Flyer already? Oh, wow. That's gotta be carriers. There's no reason to get this upgrade unless you've got intentions to go carriers. Our Reaver is here with a couple of zealots. Let's see what, if any, damage he can get done. Flash has gone very greedy here, so he's going to be under a little bit of pressure to hold this. Yeah, that's not exactly Snow-esque Reaver micro. We can see why. Bisu was never really renowned as a Reaver player. He's not famous for that. Like, if you think Bisu, you don't think, oh yeah, no, he's that guy that plays well with Reavers, you know? You think of just an incredibly mechanically gifted, aggressive player, would be the way I would profile Bisu in a nutshell. So our third is up and running, or just about. Another gateway on the way. And we are making a Stargate. We're getting +1. So it looks like carriers is going to be the solution to game 2. And Bisu's carrier micro is actually very, very good. So I can see him getting some benefits from that. Flash only has 2 factories. So he's not going to be in a position to be able to punish this very quickly, assuming he sniffs it out. I've been listening very intently for scanners. I have heard no scans yet, and it's because he doesn't have any scanners. So we will keep our best eye possible on Flash's vision when he does start to scan, to see when exactly he spots the carrier tech, because I think that will tell a critical part of the story of this game. So is it going to be 3-base carrier, or is it going to be 4-base carrier? The fleet beacon has arrived, the second Stargate has arrived, the first carrier is in production, so it does look like 3-gate carrier. Potentially then, when his carriers make themselves known on the map, we will look for any movements. Do we not even have an academy yet? Yeah, okay, our academy is coming in now. Alright. So we're just monitoring when exactly Flash scans. Bisu seems keen to either clear off some mines and or set up to expand, or at least just scout. Okay, so we are looking to go 4-base carrier. We're going to hide away our probe here because we can sense that knowing that we're playing against Flash, he's going to have vultures everywhere doing vulture-y things. Okay, so I'm just making a spotter pylon for the time being. I feel the sense of anticipation. We just have 4 zealots in the shuttle. That's a bit weird. Wanting to just harass and be painful. Just taxing the attention of Flash is the whole idea, I think. Scanners are here. He hasn't used them yet. So he scans. This is what he sees. First thing he scans is the carriers. Holy crap, man. Like, seriously, dude. Ah, the game sense. It's just unreal. Just scans exactly the right spot too. He doesn't scan here. Scans there. And now he just scans to see what is around here. That's so funny, dude. Absolutely hilarious. Oh man, he was the GOAT for a reason. There's just no doubt about that. And he has not denied the base, but has killed the probe because it's annoying. First couple of carriers are moving around the map. Flash is making vultures, tanks, and a dropship. You guys saw what I saw. We saw what he scanned. But he has a plan. And I think it's to potentially push before the carriers hit a critical mass. I mean, there's no secret about the carriers now. Even if you scanned with his eyes closed, he saw them there. And he's still not making Goliaths. So he needs Goliaths, bro. Scan top left again. Alrighty, he wants to drop top left. That's why I scanned it. Carriers, though, have come here, and he's just pushing with 2 carriers and a shuttle. That is bizarre. Okay, we'll try and keep an eye on both of these. This isn't going to be too difficult to track. It's basically going to be vultures against a cannon. And they're just chilling for now. Obviously, his attention is elsewhere. Scanning to see where everything is. While he moves around with his army. We're up to 4 carriers now as Bisu. 5 if you include this lot. He's dropped and forgotten about this, guys. This is hysterical. It's the strangest hybrid of units I've ever seen. Just basically carrier ground unit, man. Still not doing anything here with these units. He could siege up. Templar Archives on the way as well. Maybe trying to introduce some storm into the comp. And Flash seems to want to go. And supplies are even, so it's a really good opportunity for him to force the fight. I expect he will make some Goliaths. He does have a fair few number with his composition as it is. And a lot of his reinforcing units will be Goliaths as well. Just kills the observer. Finally, now he moves his tank into position. This is going to be painful for Bisu to have to deal with. So he's going to send some units back, and he's going to continue to move into the middle of the map. We have slow zealots moving around, guys. This is painful to watch. Getting a lot of work done with this one lonely tank. He's got 3 kills. Does hold on to this base. But Flash has managed to get all the way across the map. And as Protoss, this is what you don't ever want. Oh dear. Terran on your front door, guys. Not just any Terran. Frickin' Flash. Here come the carriers. Seems to have a pretty good mix here of Goliaths. I hear DTs in the fray as well. There we go. Hi, DTs. Does scan successfully this time. It kills the DT. Wants to try and kill this base. Bisu using it as an opportunity to pick off a decent number of tanks, but his interceptor count is really low. And is he going to try and flank? The DTs are doing a lot of work. They're actually proving to be quite painful as well as useful. So we're going to have a little flank here of DTs versus Goliaths and carriers from the top side. Supplies are dead even. Flash floating a bit of money because he's got no gas. So he did manage to force him off of his front door, which is always nice. And we are re-establishing mining at our natural. And now I think perhaps Bisu needs to retreat and keep these dragoons alive. Another drop from Flash in the top left corner. Kills away the initial cannon. And our carriers are going to be the ones that need to deal with this. Has chased those dragoons all the way back. Hilarious. These dragoons still alive, but barely. Ooh! Goodbye, fellas. You had a good run. Let's just scan the pesky DTs. Use of DTs has been really decent. Up to 6 carriers now. I think the critical number is 6+. Let's use DTs really nicely in his composition. Mines, though, going to be a nice and sensible counter to that. 4th base now, Flash being set up. Not too many bases on this map, Neo Jade. But bottom right corner is going to be a critical one, I think. The one thing that has happened here is that Flash has held on, Bisu has held on to all of his bases in spite of the harassment. So carriers could well be the difference maker. We have 2-1 on our units, I think. Just those raining interceptors. Hallelujah. Seems to have a lot of Goliaths, though. That is up the harassment, but he's down to about 40 probes. Bisu really not looking strong here. He's pretty much just got all these carriers, and that's about it that he's got going for him. Flash has got enough money. He's got a very strong army. He's got a little bit of a mineral bank. Bisu's just got lots of carriers. Oh no! We're donating High Templars. Once again, just looking to harass with vultures. Randomly lonely couple of SCVs. I think fair to say it looks like Flash has done it here again as well. I just don't see Bisu able to crush this composition. It's fully maxed out. 3-1. Kinda has to go for it. Just hear the sound of dead dragoons mainly. This is a critical mining base of Flash. By the way, guys, I'm not deliberately not talking too much, but I'm of the view that you guys are very, very smart Brood War fans. And the game itself tells a story, right? I don't have to just fill time for the sake of filling time. We're having a tough time getting past these turrets here. So this trade isn't going too badly, but Flash is moving a lot of his main army, including all of his Goliaths, across to where Bisu's production is. And I think this is a good option for him. So he's going, well, you know what? I'm happy to sack the bases that I'm sacking. Because what do you actually have to stop me just marching across the map and killing all your production? And the answer, if you're a Bisu fan, is really not that much. It's not like he's got much by alternative production here. So, yep. Sure enough, Bisu's picked off a base or two. But we've got a lot of bank as Flash. A storm here. And we are killing mining bases ourselves, as well as production. And if his carriers do come across here, I think he'll happily face them with his Goliaths. Alright, so the carriers are coming back. And this is the big fight, I think. So gathering all his forces. Here we go, we're going to fight our carriers head on. Doesn't have money for interceptors, this Bisu. Well, he probably does still. He's got, what, this mining base? Yeah, he's okay. One mining base will help a bit, for sure. More pesky DTs. Now suddenly, holy crap, now supplies are even again. What is going on? I was convinced that Flash had this. Is this just going to be something crazy? No, he's done. Holy crap. Oh. Oh no. That was like a genuine reaction in real time. I thought Flash had this. He just needed to like hold his bases and trace the carriers. Holy crap. Bisu won. Oh, I'm in total disbelief. Like I know he had a lot of carriers, right? But I suppose just choosing to let Bisu get these bases meant that he was going to run out of money. And he did. And that was that. What a crazy game. Like the power of carriers in a critical mass and just holding on and picking off the bases got it done. But holy crap, I'm actually blown away. Like I definitely missed something. Or I think I just backed Flash to keep his army in position to be able to hold on to his bases until Bisu ran out of steam. But Bisu had 2 mining bases pretty much the whole time. And that was enough. Holy crap. Well, if there's anything that this reminds me of, never, ever, ever count out Bisu. Just like the Talcross game against Jaedong, where it looked like Jaedong was gone for all money and he managed to win that game. Bisu wins this one, and wow, this series just got so incredibly interesting. I cannot wait to actually see what happens in game 3, which I will bring you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, and until then, take it easy, guys. Ciao.